gonna grab my holder for my phone. Can you see me? Hello? Sorry, I'm gonna take my phone out. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna take out the case. Sorry if it makes you dizzy. There we go. New York, hello. Hi. So I'm in a parking lot, or a truck stop lot. Sorry, I should have thought about this sooner and set myself up. I am in Arizona. So I finally made it to my destination. Hello from Georgia. Hey. Hi, Jim. Hi, Gina. So, let's see. I'm gonna try and put you in the tripod here so then I don't have to hold it. I should think about these things before I start. Okay, there we go. I was already ready for bed. And then I thought, you know what? I'll just jump on. Truck stop in Indiana. All right. Hello from Texas. Hi. British Columbia? Is that where? Canada? BC. Pennsylvania. Love Pennsylvania. So yeah, I have to tell you, so more beautiful scenery to see on Monday. I cannot believe, yeah, happy birthday, Joy. I don't think she probably won't watch until after I upload it, because she does not know YouTube. That's how this all started. She doesn't know YouTube, so I'd send her a link, and that's how my YouTube stuff all started, so she could see what I was doing and where I was. But hi from Arizona. Well, I'm in Arizona. So I cannot believe I was driving over mountains, and I have to tell you, once you kind of immerse yourself in something that you're afraid of, it just isn't that scary anymore. Wisconsin, hello, my neighbor. So yeah, so I was driving over mountains, and I'm just so in awe. Like, I'm driving and just like looking around and cannot believe just all the beauty around me. South Jersey Shore. Oh, another Wisconsin. So yeah, so it was a good driving day today. And can you hear all the trucks out there? And I'm at this truck stop, and it's in like this beautiful area. It's a really small, it's in a random off the road kind of thing. And there's no, there are no other like vans parked here, but this is what happened last night too. I was the only one parked at that pilot, and when I woke up in the morning, there were two people right next to me parked. But this is really remote where I'm at. It's literally like on the side of a mountain. And so that's what I'm assuming. But I do not know how people drive in the dark on these mountains. I suppose if you're used to it, you know, that's not scary. I can't imagine driving at night when it's this dark through these mountains, because it's so like windy. But yeah, it's been good drives, and I only have like 3.5 hours left to get to Sedona. But this is the part that because I don't want to go through Flagstaff, because Donna and I have been through Flagstaff. excuse me, in Flagstaff, like, if you've ever been there, like, it's up a mountain, like high with no sides. So, but I guess I'm up for the challenge. So, yeah, Joy's birthday. She's 93. And I didn't realize it was Saturday. So my uncle, Payson, Arizona, I think that's where I drove through the mountain the first time that I didn't know I was on a mountain. It is. I believe it is. Yeah, through Phoenix. And that's another thing. Do I want to go over a mountain or do I want to go through Phoenix? That's the scary part. It's kind of like, which is the lesser of two evils. I don't know. I drove through Phoenix last time when I was going to NASCAR, and it was like I already drove NASCAR. I think that's why I was set to drive NASCAR, because I had already driven through Phoenix. But yeah, I was on what have I not done? I don't know. Why don't you let me know, and then I'll probably do it. What was I gonna say? That yeah. So I know I was talking about NASCAR, but I'm looking forward to seeing Donna. So I just talked to Donna today, or did I talk to her last night? And we are really looking forward to being together and making jewelry. And I don't know if I showed you. So this has been on my bed. Thank goodness it's a big bed, because I kind of have everything off to the side and I just sleep on this part right here. And so I have all these canvases that I bought a long time ago, and I have a bunch of acrylic paints, and I think I'm gonna put a beret on and set up my easel and start painting. I have something in mind that I wanted to do. I had something special in mind when I bought that, and I never got to it. So when I get to Donna's, and we're gonna be eating gummies while we do it. I know, she said, I miss your mom. So what I'm gonna do is, I was just thinking that today as I was driving, that I think I'm gonna ask my niece, because listen, my mom is 93. She doesn't she has a phone, but she doesn't know how to use it. And so, and it's not like she knows how to FaceTime or anything. So I think I'm gonna ask my niece to go over there and have my mom FaceTime, and FaceTime with me, and then I'll what do you call it, like tape it, and then I'll put it up. So I'm gonna see if I can do that, because I miss seeing her too, and especially it's her birthday today, so I feel bad not being with her. Last year I didn't leave till November 7th last year, but it was different because, gosh, it's amazing how different the is it called topography? Is that, I don't know. You know, the land is. Somebody tell me what that word is. That last time I went, and that's why I didn't come this way to go to Arizona last time, because I didn't want to run into snow or mountains. So I went down through Oklahoma. Yeah, topography. Yeah. That's why I went straight down and then over. And when I went straight down, like through Oklahoma and stuff, and nothing against Oklahoma or all those places, but there was really nothing to see, because I was driving through small towns again. Why don't I live at my mom's home? Because my mom lives in 55 plus. And so they sign a contract that says that they can't have people even stay overnight. And the only reason why I got to stay with her for 5 weeks was because after she was in the hospital, she needed somebody to help her, because, you know, she can't see, and she would have to get up at night a lot because she was on like diuretics, or, you know, what is it for your heart. And so, so that's why they let me stay there. And finally they were like, well, Tracy, you got to go. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's in their contract that they can't have anybody there. So yeah, so and I'm thinking next year, so I've been thinking about it a lot, And I think I have plans now for next year. I'm still going to travel. Howdy from Oklahoma. Uh, Not that there was nothing to see. I didn't mean that, but listen, I was just like driving through because I was trying to get to NASCAR. Last time I was like on a mission. I had to get there. This time I can kind of take my time, but last year I had to get there. And that's when, listen, I didn't even know anything about the van. All I cared about was that the van looked cute before I left, you know? And so I was learning everything on the road last time. And so, yeah, I couldn't really stop because I had to just get to Phoenix. So that's why I say that. I just literally drove through Oklahoma. Um, and this time, and I can't, squirrel, exactly. Thanks, Javier. Yeah. Dallas, Texas. I like Dallas. I'm lucky to have my mom around. I am lucky to have my mom around. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I figure by the time I'm done with this journey, and I have a lot planned. So when I go to Georgia, I'm going to be there for 2 months. But where I'm staying is really close to Florida, so I'm going to be doing a lot there. Uh, but, you know, after this traveling, I'll have pretty much covered the US. I went to the East Coast, I went to the West Coast, I went down the middle, and then after I leave Donna's, I'm going straight across, um, and then to get to Georgia. So, yeah, I'm trying to come up with plans for then next year. Hi, Sally. But are you collecting state magnets? No, and I thought about that, you know, before I started, I thought I'd do the whole van thing, you know, that's what you do. Um, I have to come to Canada. I've been to Canada. I've been to, oh boy, Quebec and Montreal. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Um, but yeah, well, and actually I want to travel internationally. So, um, and I really want to find a piece of land. And listen, I mean, it can't be. Somebody said today, oh, so glad you're rich. I'm like, oh my God, I am, don't, you know, the only way I do this is because I don't have any debt. And I saved for this. And so, yeah, I'd be driving something better than a 2001 road trek if that were the case, if I were rich. Um, but yeah, this go around, um, it's been so different. You know, running into the snow, that's something. Sorry, I'm trying to read. It's different when it's on the phone, like they come pretty quick. So you can't really, if somebody writes quite a bit, you can't really read that much. Um, about a 98 road trek. And that's the thing, you know, like I said, so when I went to get it fixed, they had to order the parts because it's not that easy to get parts for 2001. And that's what I'm, you know, here's the thing too. I love, love, love Lucky Charlene. You know I love her. But, you know, when I was driving my Hyundai, which I've now given to my daughter because she needed a car, so I transferred title over to her, that it would be so much easier. Thank goodness that I didn't take the bike because just even with driving, and today it got really windy. I was like at the top of a mountain, and you'll see on Monday I went like off the side because I saw other people parked like down this hill, and I just like pulled over and like went down this hill, and it was all like bumpy and stuff. Um, and if I was driving a smaller vehicle, it would be so much easier to get around. It would be so much less mentally taxing driving, if that makes sense. It's just with the road trek, everything kind of, you know, moves, and it's just big, and I'm used to it. When I got in the Hyundai, it felt like I was driving a go-kart, but but it would just be so more relaxing just driving a smaller vehicle. So, and I'm not giving up traveling, um, but I'm thinking about maybe like getting a car with a or a truck with a pop-up or something like that. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. These are all just, listen, I have a lot of time to think while I'm driving. So, um, you know, it just, yeah, I don't know. It'd just be a different way to travel. And somebody would be lucky to get Lucky Charlene. But then I was thinking too, if I bought a piece of land, then Rochester, New York, hello. And enjoying, thank you. Um, but then I thought if I bought a small piece of land, and you know, now kind of the bubble's bursting because and the interest rates are going up. So I mean, I don't know. I just want a small piece of land. And then I think too, but then I may keep Charlene because then that's what I would live in there until I could afford to build something very tiny, very small. I don't know. And there's so many laws now as far as tiny homes. So I think you can get away with like building a shed or something like that. I don't know. Again, stuff just I'm thinking about on the road. But after, you know, I'm done with this traveling, like I said, I've gone around the US. I've pretty much been in every state. So, Stockton, Kansas. Hello. Uh, so yeah, so I'm just thinking about my next things. And listen, like I said in the last video, uh, you know, I'm proud of myself for facing my fears and actually doing this. Never did I think like any of this would have happened. Never, like last year. So it's the 5th. So in 2 more days on the 7th. We should do something on the 7th because it will be a year then that I left Green Bay, Wisconsin. Uh, so it'll be exactly a year in 2 days that I took off. And you know me, I'm always up for a new challenge. So I don't know if you have some ideas, give me some comments and you know where I should go, where you'd like to see. Because I would. The thing about this too is I want to show you, and that's what's nice about this. I don't know if you can tell, hopefully, like how much more calm and relaxed I am. And like I said, this is more of an internal journey this time than, oh, thank you. Said I'm proud of you too, Tracy. New Ulm, Minnesota. I've been there. I think I played softball there one time in a tournament. So yeah, so now, you know, every time like I do something, it's like, okay, check, did that. Now what? Now, and the more you do stuff, um, oh, the guy, I think it was James, it just went by. He said he uses the hearing amplifiers. So I'm so happy. Um, and I found some bracelets too. So I'm going to be making bracelets. And that's another thing. I haven't had time this time between, because, you know, I have a job now too. So when I stop, you know, I drive and then I usually stop about 3 o'clock. And then I have to get on the computer and now I'm doing Patreon too. So I'm making content for there. And um, have I moved on from PB&J? It's funny, I just talked about tonight. I show you, I actually been cooking on my stove. So pretty soon I'm going to have like cooking classes with Tracy in the road trek. It's going to be the new series. Uh, so yeah. Oh, that's nice. I love watching you in the morning before work. That's what they said. That's why I feel bad. Oh, seriously. I do not even know what day it is. I was trying to call my mom this morning and I'm like, well, where is she? Sandy must have taken her out for her birthday or something. didn't even after yesterday, after I said, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was Friday and uploaded a video, woke up this morning. Yeah, cooking with Tracy is a great idea because I am. So I plan on cooking more. So I just cooked tonight, and every morning I cook oatmeal on the stove. And that's stuff that I haven't showed you guys, but I really didn't do that last year. Again, last year was just a learning experience. It was just getting, so if you plan on going on the road, give yourself grace and just know, like, the first 6 months or whatever, you're just learning. And yeah, now, I mean, I'm still learning, believe me, I'm still learning, but it's just more of like, and that's the thing, when you challenge yourself to do stuff that you don't think you can do, it just gives you confidence to know you can do more. Because once you face it and you've done it, then you're like, oh, okay, not so bad. And then you challenge yourself to do bigger things. And that's what I'm thinking about now after this trip. Like, what's next? What's next for Tracy? And you're all coming along for the ride, so buckle up. It'll be like NASCAR. Oh my God, oh my God. No, I'm in Arizona. I made it. I made it. I did a little dance when I made it to Arizona. It said, welcome to Arizona. So, yep, thank you. Yes. But this is like, and there's been mountains, and like I said, I don't even like, and now I know how to use my overdrive. There's another thing. I don't know why last year, I mean, I know what overdrive is. I know, but I've never like had overdrive before. And, well, maybe I have, I don't know, but I had a automatic, whatever. Here, it's just a button on my blinker thing or whatever. And you know, when you're going up a hill, you just push it and then it kicks it in to help you go up. Well, last year, for some reason, until I never knew what to do with the button or if it worked. It works. Use it. Because last year, I don't know why I was afraid to use it. I started using it towards the end. Pennsylvania. Thank God I knew about it before Pennsylvania. Because Pennsylvania was like this. Am I part? Sorry. It just fades away. Like the thing comes up, and then if it's too long, like it fades away. Sorry, you guys. Do I have cruise control? I do. But for me, personally, I don't like cruise control because I like to be in control. Do you know what I mean? I like to have my foot on the gas and be able to just put on the brake. I don't like to, like, just have my foot on the floor. It's just a personal mental thing. And especially going through such mountainous areas. So, Tracy control. Good one. That's right. Thanks, Javier. But I will tell you, so it was such a nice drive. So, you know, I was scared after I left Salt Lake City because I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, coming in. So I'm like, oh gosh, going out, it's going to be like that. But again, I use MapQuest and it was the nicest drive ever. That's when I kept pulling over and being like, what led me to van life. We might have to go back and watch some old videos because I think everybody knows the story well. And that's the thing, I have so many new followers now that a lot of family members died in hospice, and it just made me realize that I just didn't want to live my life. You know, my daughter had gone off to college, and I would just go to work, go home, sit on the couch, eat my dinner, and go to bed. And you know, too, every time I go to see my sister who's in the assisted living home, that it just reminds me that I need to really live my life. And you know, there's nothing wrong. I was thinking that too, that I don't want people to feel bad either, because, you know, there's some people that love just like a quiet life, and just, you know, they have their house and they have, you know, their 9 to 5. And, you know, that's how my sister Sandy is. She's an accountant. She's like this, like everything. She sets her clothes out at night and she loves that structure. There is nothing wrong with that. So You know, don't, have you even met anyone famous? Have I ever met anyone famous? I work for Suzanne Summers. I was in charge of all of her beauty stuff out at Shop NBC. And then I worked with Steve Martin like 2 years ago. I did his makeup on a video for Caroline, it's called. Love Three's Company. It's Suzanne Summers. Oh, I don't know if I should talk about it. Anyway, she's a nice lady. Her husband, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Alan. Yeah. You wish you were like that. But that's what I mean. We all have what, we like. There's no, I don't want people to feel bad either if that's like when I say go out and make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. That's why I'm saying, like, you don't have to sell everything and move into a van. You don't have to, you know, be this grandiose. That's just my personality. But again, my sister died when I was 28. And, I saw her die in hospice, a slow, painful death. And like I said, I looked at her and thought, I wonder what she wished she would have done. And from then on, I started kind of living my life differently. And so, I'm grateful for that. I mean, I'm not grateful that she died, but you know what I mean, to have that experience to kind of push me out of my boundaries. Have you ever parked at a Walmart Supercenter yet? I parked at one, and that was when I was in Aberdeen. That was my first stop. And it was very quiet until like 11:15. I was sleeping, and I seriously must have jumped 2 inches off the bed. And some young kid, some kind of big black truck, just going as fast as he could down the end of the parking lot. And the parking lot isn't that big, and then he come back. And so I told you I always park with my front open. So yeah, she's married to Alan Hamill. He is so nice, so nice. But so I got in the front. I just climbed in the front and drove to the other side of the parking lot. And I was just falling asleep again, and all of a sudden I hear him, and he's still on the other side, and he was spinning his tires, and you could see like this big cloud of smoke. It's like, I don't know what it is with Walmart parking lots, but ever since then, I only look for truck stops. Like, I'll see where I'm going on the map, and you should see I have like my atlas out, I have my map out, I have a piece of paper out, I have my computer out, and I'm like, what's the flattest route? Okay, where do I want to go? And then I go, what's a truck stop near here? So it's very calculated. But I've learned. I'm currently parked at a Home Depot. Oh, I mean, if you can park there, that's great. I mean, I didn't know that they would let you park there. Cracker Barrel. But you know what? There aren't many Cracker Barrels. I know in Minnesota, the one that was by us, it's closed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so it's kind of getting slim pickings. And it's funny because I was here and I was a little worried because, like I said, I don't see it. Usually I see other like vans or something parking. But I don't see any, but they might show up. But there's trucks here too. It's well lit. It's just kind of randomly on the side of the mountain. So I just saw it. I wasn't actually like coming here, but I saw it and I'm like, I was like 10 miles from where I was going to. And this is a really nice one. So I just pulled over. And then I'll be in Sedona. I'll be happy to, would you do a tiny house? Yeah, that's my plan. That's actually my plan, is to do a tiny house. And I just want to get an acre of land, and I want to build it myself. I love, and I'm my dad's daughter. My dad built stuff. I mean, that wasn't what he did for a living. He built our cabin. We had a 4-bedroom, 2-story cabin. and he built it. And yeah, and here's the thing, after living small like this, it's not for everybody. It's not, but I love it. I can't imagine living in a big house again. And for me, like I said, I am not rich, not at all. I mean, I'm just like you. I'm trying to make money, you know, and I want my money to be for adventures. Like, that's what jazzes me. I always say that. That's what jazzes me. Um, is I like to, and even I'm so, where would you live? Yeah, my daughter is actually going to come back to Minnesota. She was going to stay in Seattle for another year, and I thought she might like stay there. But they're actually coming back um, uh, after this year. And so she'll be there. And so what I'd love to do is just have a place. And I was thinking, you know, if you watch like other van people like Eamon and Beck, Trent and Allie, the Van Wives, all them, that's it too. Did you hear that? That beep? Um, that, you know, once you travel so much, and especially around the US, you know, like I said, I'll have pretty much covered every state. And so it's like, well, okay, now what? Now how do I expand that? And like I said, I love to work with my hands. I love to build things. I look back and redoing the van was probably the best. And I have to even say, maybe even better than traveling. I mean, and I didn't realize it, is that I love to just come in here and then see the transformation of it as I kept doing things. So it was so, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much. Somebody gave me $5. I'll buy a cut. No, I'll buy gas. So here's the thing. So I've already spent. So I'm going to tell you guys too, because I know last year everybody's like, well, how much did it cost? How much did it cost? And I thought that I would, I could throw a van party. Yeah. I thought, honestly, like I told you, I was going to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know, I'm doing it on a budget. I had so much, you know, saved. And I thought it would cost me about $1,000 a month to travel in my van. I didn't know. And yeah, gas is pretty much, so gas, when I was like in Rawlins, Wyoming, it was like 3.25, I don't know, something like that. And I have a Flying J card now, so I get 10 cents off a gallon when I use my Flying J card. But now here it's like $4.95 just for regular gas. And so that's what's cost me most of my money. So when I looked so when did I leave Salt Lake? Just the other day. I was doing my receipts and everything, and I've already spent like $1,300. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. And listen, like, I'm not asking people for money, and so it's very generous of you, you know, like, you know, I work for my money, but it's so kind of you to, like, you know, to like do that for me. But so I've spent like over $1,300. Well, 400 of it was because of getting the fan and that fixed. And then $350 in Wisconsin. Yeah, so here it's like $1 more. Like it's like $4.95. But so I spent 400 to fix the van, and honestly, probably like 800 in gas. Even to fill half a tank. Today I filled half a tank, and I was like right at the border of Utah and Arizona, and it was like four upper, I can't remember exactly how much, but it was $65 for half a tank for me to fill. So for me and Charlene's, she's a little hefty. She needs a lot of gas to get her going. Do you really live in a van? Yeah, I've lived in the van full time. I don't live in a house. I don't have a house. I mean, this is my house. Yeah, no, I'm a full-time van lifer, and I like it. I like it. Um, but again, like, I'm thinking it would be nice to have my own home base that I wouldn't have to worry when I get back to Minnesota. I was parking in the Walgreens parking lot. They were like, thank you, Javier. Thank you. Um, so, last year I thought it would be like $1,000 a month because I'm like, yeah, then I can do all my adventures because, sometimes adventures cost quite a bit of money. And, and, I didn't even do that many adventures last year, and it ended up costing me like $2,000 a month. But I don't know if you remember last year, I was pretty much like driving the whole time. Like I stayed with Donna for 4 weeks, but other than that, like I was on the road driving. So, so that's where most of the money goes, is your gas. So if you do van life, just think about that, like, because it seems like you don't have to pay a lot because you don't have a mortgage, you don't have utility bills and stuff like that, but the gas, that's your mortgage. Am I near Bozeman? No, no, no. I left that a long time ago. So I don't know if you saw when I woke up with the snow on the back window, that's when I was where was I? I was in Miles City. Oh, that was such a cute town. I was in Miles City and I was headed to Bozeman. Oh, I was going to show you on my phone, but I'm on my phone. I just saw an article. I'm going to put it up on my next video that the Squinomi Pass, remember, because I was originally going to see my daughter in Tacoma because that's where she goes to college. But I knew I would have to, cross the mountains and whatever and go through this pass. And it's very well known for having lots of accidents. And so I just saw an article this morning that it's finally open. It's been closed because there were so many accidents and stuff because of the snow. St. George, yes, I was just in St. George. I just left St. George. But so when I was in Miles City, I was going to head to Bozeman and then keep heading towards Tacoma. And I was going to go up to Missoula and over. But then, a guy I know, a photographer I used to work with, they just moved to Bozeman, and he posted on Facebook that they had gotten 9 inches there and doubled that in the mountains. Like, yeah, no. I mean, it's one thing to be confident now, like, I can drive a mountain, but a mountain with inches of snow, I'm not that advanced yet. That's maybe next year. Hello, Thailand. Oh my gosh, hello. Isn't that crazy how it just flabbergasts me that I can be in contact. And like I said, I feel bad that I can't like see you guys. It's kind of weird to just sit here and talk and read stuff because I would really love to. And that's the thing with Patreon. Now that I started that, I'm in a much better place. Last year I started it and it was just too overwhelming. And now I'm really enjoying it. And I feel like it's a small group and I can share more. Um, and I can finally, I'm going to tell, can finally tell my side of the story. Remember about my girlfriend who was harassing me, who I saw and it ended up just being, remember when I left Destin? And yeah, no, we're not friends anymore. And there's a guy I saw and we're not friends. I left in the middle of the night. So that's where I'll tell those stories because I'm afraid they might see them, that they're still watching me. And so, yeah. So a lot of times I dealt with so much last year. I'm surprised. But you know what? It's made me resilient, just like in, stopping in Rollins and just what I've been through. Where will I spend Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving, I'll be with Donna again. And we already have it set up. We go to the neighbor's house, Dee, and what's her husband's name? And yeah, so they're the neighbors. So it'll be the second Thanksgiving that I spend there. And so, And I don't know if you know, like our family really has kind of disintegrated. Um, so we really don't have much of holidays anyway at home. And then for Christmas, I don't know, I may be in Georgia. And listen, I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if I told you, but I'm spending 2 months at the clothes optional place. And it's not because it's a clothes optional. Listen, I don't really like being naked. And you only have to be naked by the pool. If you're not by the pool, you don't have to. And I wear my clothes all the time. Uh, but, and I was thinking that too. What's so weird is, so, you know, we only planned on going there and staying 2 days. And I thought I'd just be inside the van, you know, looking out the window like, ooh, what are those people doing? And, yeah, I told you there were hardly any people there, and I met Keith and John, and then I ended up staying 4 nights because it was just so beautiful and so peaceful, and just so, you know how you just feel like, I don't want to say at home because it wasn't at home, but I just felt safe there. And keep your clothes on. Yeah, that's not my thing. But like I said, listen, I don't care. At 57, somebody wants to see this. Yeah. But anyway, I'm only going there. So Keith and John, we have stayed friends throughout this whole time. Like texted, you know, every week and kept up with each other. And so I'm going there, and uh, and then they said that they would do adventures with me. So we're gonna go do adventures. We already have some planned, and so it'll be fun to have other people to do stuff with, and then I'll have somebody who can hold the camera, so I don't have to be like this all the time. I remember one time when I started, somebody's like, "How come you never show like the bottom of yourself?" It's like, because I'm like this, like I can only hold it so far. Uh, oh, I didn't see what that said. Something clothes optional. I didn't see. Um, but yeah, so that's where I'm gonna be, and oh, it is cozy. Although it's kind of, I just made stuff. It's amazing. Well, you know, when you have a small area, how um, adventures are the energy of growth. That's exactly right. You know, I was thinking that too. That you know, when we crashed with the kite, and I was even amazed at myself. Like we were 3,000 feet above the water, and the wind was like seriously, it would just like go like this. We just, and I don't know. I think I found my calm. You know, like I think I'm calmer in more stressful situations. Does that make sense? And I think a lot of this has has kind of taught me that. You know, once you face your fears, like going over a mountain, um, you know, white knuckling it, but you're like, okay, I mean, what can you do? You just have to relax. And I talk to myself now too. Like I can tell sometimes, like I'm conscious of like all of a sudden I'm like, okay, drop your shoulders, you know, because I can feel like I'm tensing up, and then I just tell myself just to relax. And like I said, last time it was external. I was so worried about everybody else on the road. Like, oh my gosh, that semi behind me is going to be mad, or that person or whatever. And now I'm like, you know what? I deserve to be on this road as much as you do. I pay my taxes, and I'm in the right-hand lane, so you can just go around me. Um, Somebody said, I just saw the very part of it, said I'm in good shape. That's another thing. I feel like a slug. I haven't gotten like hardly any exercise because I'm, you know, sitting driving, and then I come in and I have to work on the computer. Tonight I walked around a little bit. I haven't even been wearing my Apple Watch because I don't want to know, or my Fitbit or whatever it is, my Versa, because I don't want to just see I only walked 2,000 steps or something. But Donna and I, so last year the lady, Donna belongs to a gym, and do you remember last year that I was sitting outside, and that's when I said, after I'd come back from church, and that's when I said, you know, that he had said, "You are magic." That's what we forgot. I'll never forget that, sitting out on the steps outside the gym before I went in. But anyway, that lady only charges me $30 just for the month. So I'm going to sign up for the gym again. And then I think I'm going to get a tattoo in Sedona that says, "You are magic." Maybe I'll get one that says, "Go out, make an adventure." So, yeah. Do you hear that beeping? I wonder what that is. So anyway, yeah. Just kind of, and Donna, again, if you were with us last year, um, I mean, Donna and I laughed till we cried. And I can't wait to get there. And like I said, Donna has a medical card now. So we get the good stuff. Remember when I said we were going to the fun store and everybody thought it was a toy store? An adult toy store? Did I ever tell you guys that I was, I think I told you that I was the first person ever to sell personal massagers on national TV like 3 years ago. Oh no, that's a story. I'll save that for Patreon too. Hope Donna's feeling well. Yeah, Donna's doing good. But it'll be nice to it'll be nice to see her, and it'll be nice for me to be around somebody, and just be settled for a while. And her neighbors are so great, and we're actually planning on going to Santa Fe. I can't wait. I told you. So this lady that I saw in Montana, I was in that coffee shop. What was it called? Muddy something? An adult toy store. um, but this woman walked in, and I could not keep my eyes off of her. If if Montana looked like a person, it would have been her. She like had this hat on and this jacket, like a leather, I don't know, like brown jacket with her, Wranglers on, boot cut with her boots, long blonde hair, no makeup, but like the perfect skin. And I even said, "Wow, like, I love your aesthetic. That's what I want to look like. But this is what I look like." This is van life aesthetic. Wearing the same thing for 3 days. Um, so yeah, so I love turquoise, and I love that. I want to get like a hat, like not a cowboy hat, but like a big rim hat. That's how hers was. I want to be her when I grow up. And yeah, wear my jeans and my boots. I have no makeup on my something. Yeah, I don't either. I was getting ready for bed, so. And it's so funny the random times I think about doing lives. I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting here. Nobody's in the parking lot. Maybe I'll just hop on a live. It's Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. I got some money. Oh, you know what? I gotta get my ukulele out too. Oh, Quartzsite. Yeah, I know a lot of people are at Quartzsite. I'm thinking next year I might have to just make a special trip, because then don't need any. Oh, thank you. Well, you see my mom. I mean, she is, my mom doesn't wear any makeup. Like when she's on, well, yeah, because she can't see with her macular degeneration. So, it's always a good. Your mom looks great. She does. And I tattooed her eyebrows. I did microblading on her. So if you ever see her, notice her eyebrows, because she didn't have any before. Because, they all fade. You're heading to Quartzsite for December. Yeah, because I wanted to go, but I always miss it. So it's November. I'm going to be at Donna's for like 4 weeks. And then like beginning mid-December, I'm gonna head towards Georgia. I really want to see my girlfriend who lives in Atlanta. She wants me to come for New Year's, but it's so hard for me to really plan anything just because of weather. And, you know, like, look at what happened to the van, and I had to stay in Rawlins for 5 days. Like, you just can't really plan like that. But she does makeup on the Dynasty set in Atlanta. And so, yeah, I'd really like to go see her, but we'll see what happens. RTR's end of January in Quartzsite. Yeah, well, the end of January, I'll be in Georgia. So that's the thing, too. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to come back, because then from Georgia, I'm going to go, I won't go over the mountain, so I'm going to come back over and then go back up the middle again. And I'm going to try and, if I missed any states that I haven't been through, I want to go through them. So that's kind of the plan. I kind of have like loose plans. Like I said, I got a lot of time of thinking, driving. So I got all these things whirling around here. So women's RTR starts sooner, I think. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people said to go to California and stuff. I don't know if you know, I used to live in California. I lived in Sherman Oaks, and I worked for Marvel Comics. My sister worked with Stan Lee. She was the assistant. I knew Stan. He was like the nicest man ever. I was in Mallrats with Stan. Did I go to cosmetology school? Well, I did. I'm a licensed esthetician. And I'm a licensed tattoo artist because I tattoo eyebrows. So, but I think I'm giving up on that. You know, COVID really did a number on, you know, my makeup career and my tattooing career. Here comes a big semi. So everything just kind of went away after I loved to do. So, but you know, now I feel, sorry, the semi's driving by, like I'm growing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it seems like things have, in my whole life, I've like kept open to things, and it just keeps unfolding the way it's supposed to. I mean, that's just how I see it. And so when something comes open and I like it, it's like, well, let's try that. And just like, you know, college, you know, once you learn stuff, it can't be taken away from you. So January 13th through 20th, 2023, RTR, if anybody wants to know. Tattooing eyebrows must be something, sorry. But yeah, so I'm a tattoo artist, and what else am I? I'm a paralegal, and I'm a NASM certified personal trainer, and I'm a certified life coach, and I just love learning. I love learning. So, so the RTR for women is on the 7th. Care visit from the something. Sorry, it goes by so fast, and then it just like kind of fades away if you've ever done a live on your phone. At least on the computer, like, it's a whole list of things, and you can read it at least till it goes away, because it has to go all the way up. So yeah. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost been an hour. How does time go by so fast? Especially when I'm just talking. I'm crazy. But so I get up at 6 a.m. every morning and clean the van, make my breakfast, and then I'll go into the truck stop and get my coffee. And then I get on the road. The first crack of daylight, I get on the road. And like I said, I'm kind of on the side of a mountain now. Oh, wait till you see the scenery. It's like a whole different, I see palm trees now instead of snow. And it's weird because it just like happened. Do you know what I mean? It went from snow-covered mountains to all of a sudden palm trees and sand dunes. So, but I was gonna say, you know, if you guys want to, I know people, I'm trying to do what people say now, because now I'm more, like I said, I get the van life now. Last year it was more like just learning it. And people have asked to see more scenery, so that's what I did. Did you guys like when I put the camera on the dashboard and drove through the mountains? I mean, you know, I thought that was kind of cool. Like I said, it kind of like you're in the car with me and you're driving with me. Um, yes? Okay, good. Because, yeah, I thought that was fun, and especially I was in, and listen, none of that scared me before. If I would have driven through that, I would have been like panicked. And I was too in awe of everything. And it happened to have a place I could pull over. And, but that's what I've been doing whenever there hasn't been many places recently to pull over. That's the hard part, is that uh, it needs better something. You got car sick, sorry. I sped it up because I didn't want it to be so long. So, but yeah. But yeah, so here, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll put it, and you know what? I'll make the clip smaller and I'll make it at regular speed. So then it won't be so, um, you know, like zippity doo dah, you know, so maybe you'll have a nice, like, leisurely drive with me. And because listen, when I'm going up those mountains, even with my, what do you call it, overdrive on, some of these mountains are like this, and I'm pushing on the gas as far as I can, and I feel like Fred Flintstone, like, okay, come on, you can do it. So I just purchased a multi-camera gimbal. It's a game changer. So listen, a company just reached out to me. Yeah, I was gonna do that too. Is I can't tell you. So that's the thing too. It's like, you know, so now I'm doing Patreon and I'm doing this and I have a job, and and I get so many emails from companies. I can't tell you like how many business, like, you know, for me to like, you know, review. And it's crazy some of the things that these people send me. But one of them is like this iPhone gimbal. It's this new thing. And so listen, I'm going to get rid of my gimbal. I was just thinking that today. That thing is heavy. And I still have the box. I think I paid like 150 bucks or 125 bucks for it. I shouldn't be in overdrive in the mountains if I'm going up a mountain. Isn't that what it's for? That it helps you, like, kicks in to give you the extra push. Somebody tell me what's overdrive for? I'm waiting. But yeah, so that gimbal, I don't know if you remember. So that's when I was at for the yurt. That really wasn't the yurt. That was just a tent with in it. And that's when I was like gonna try the gimbal. Well, that gimbal, you have to like do all these things to oh, thank you. Thanks, Jennifer. You have to like what do you call it? Like balance it. And you have to do all these things with the camera on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, too much. And so this company reached out to me, and it's like a gimbal for an iPhone, and it's super cool. And so I just said yes. And then somebody reached out to me because, you know, I have my fitness, fashion, and beauty over 50. And so people reach out to me for that. Thank you so much. And they reached out and asked if I wanted to review their colored contacts. And I'm like, well, I've always wanted to see what I look like with different eye colors. Overdrive puts it in a lower gear for climbing hills. Yes, exactly. That's the only time I use it. Yeah, I don't use it any other time than to climb a hill. But so yeah, I'm gonna get these colored contacts so we can see what I look like with brown eyes. I don't know, they have like purple ones, so I just wrote back to them, said I'd do those. I mean, but some of them, like one was like a gas detector, another one is like a DIY home thing, and it's like a jackhammer or something. Another one, I think because I went to the chicken coop, I don't know if it picks up on like certain words or something. They wanted to know if I wanted a rabbit hutch or a chicken hutch. No. I mean, I can't tell you like all the people that reach out, and half the time I can't even respond to them because I just can't keep up with the emails. And so um it's like that's getting a little overwhelming. And here's the thing, I'll only ever do something, like I said, I don't do this. I haven't been paid yet to like do a, I haven't been sponsored. I think that's what they call it. I've just done reviews. And there's a point, I mean, before I would say yes because I was kind of flattered. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But now I only say yes to something that I need or I really want to do. And then it's me just showing you it's something that I wanted anyway. So it's just like giving you the information. But yeah, I don't get paid for it. Um, Hi, Sally. Um, so yeah, well, I think I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to bed. Yesterday, I fell asleep at 4:30. I was doing some work. I finished my work. I was parked, started doing work, finished that, fell asleep at 4:30. I woke up at 9:30. So I was up till 3 a.m. this morning. So I couldn't sleep. Go down and look around for something in the state. See, and this is the thing, somebody wrote me an email too, and we all have our own journeys. So van life is something different for everybody. It's whatever you feel comfortable having it be. And, in the beginning, I think I started like tap dancing because, you want to curate things because you want to, make people happy, of course. But I've realized too that this is how I like to do van life. Like, I want to get to see Donna, and listen, I'm getting to see, all the stuff. Like, this is my journey, and it's just how I like to do van life. I like to drive to somewhere, and then I'm gonna go there, and Donna and I are gonna do a bunch of adventures, and I'll bring you along there. And then I'm gonna drive cross country to, Georgia, and I'm gonna do something there. When I'm settled somewhere, that's when I feel best. I'm not good at just like driving through and going different places. I like to be settled and then figure out things and like drive from there. Um, I like to be organized. And when I'm just driving, I feel discombobulated. Um, but, like when I was in Fredericksburg waiting for that package, I was there for 2 weeks, remember? And then that's when I found the biplane because I'm like, oh, great. Okay, I'm settled. Now I can start looking for, things to do. And that's when I did the biplane. And, and yeah, I'd like to go back there because I do want to do that barrel roll. We did the Super 8s or whatever, and it kind of made me a little sick. And then he asked me if I wanted, remember Lee Fox, and he asked me if I wanted to do the barrel roll, and I'm like, oh, I don't think so. And I should have said yes. But, um, but yeah, so that's just how I like to do van life. So if you do it, I want you to do how you feel comfortable and you feel safe doing it. And so, but yeah, you're welcome to come along the journey with me because I can't wait to get to Sedona. And, Donna and I, we go on hikes every single day and bring Scouty with us. And we go on all different trails. Donna's really good at being a hostess and knowing, and she's really plugged into Sedona. Um, so yeah, so I'm excited to see her. So it'll only be like a day or two and I'll be there. So I'm going to go to bed. And yeah, thanks you guys for hopping on with me. I just wanted to, yeah, I was just sitting here and I just thought that I would, yeah, come on. Read the comments. I am reading the comments. Well, that's rude. I don't know, some people. Thank you. Okay, well, I will see you guys on Monday, and I have a lot more beautiful Beautiful scenery for you guys to see. Okay. And I'm going to see if my niece will go over and FaceTime with my mom with me, and then I'll videotape it so you guys can see Joy. All right? Okay. Well, I'll tell you. Go out and make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You don't have to sell everything and move into a van. I did that. You don't have to do that. And go call someone you love. And as Joy says, tell them that you love them. And you know, I know you know, do not forget your magic. All right. I'll see you guys Monday.